Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Jan here. We are off to another great series of videos on YouTube ads. YouTube advertising is hot. It has been for a while now. We have an agency where we actually serve clients, both in B2B and B2C, national, global, local. You can do it all. Targeting is amazing on YouTube, as you'll see. This first video here is basically part of a series where I'm going to teach you how to use YouTube ads to actually sell something. So it's not awareness building, it's not brand building. You'll get pieces of that because you're selling your brand, obviously, but we really are here to try and make sales. So without further ado, by the way, I made this image here in about 2 minutes with ideogram if you want to check out that .ai. Very cool. So here we are. Now, there's a number of setup points to make sure that you go through before you get to here. First one being you need to have a Google account. Then you need to have a Gmail account. Then you need to have a Google Ads account, which you can set up easily and enter your credit card. And I think it's, is it $5 or something to get an account now? It's, I don't deal with that too much anymore. Clients set it up and then we go in and manage the accounts and the campaigns. But essentially, get that set up. Once you have that set up, you'll be able to see something like this. This is kind of what I call the ads manager. If you have watched some of my Facebook videos, you'll see we talk about the business manager, the Facebook ads manager. It's very similar here, right? There's in fact another level up from this where you have the old MCC, which is a client management console, but we're not going to talk about that, obviously. This is a basic video on how to set up campaigns that sell with YouTube ads. So if you have a local business, carpentry business, plumbing business, rat rodents removal business, anything local, perfect for YouTube. Great targeting, as I said. If you have a services business, B2B, coaching, consulting, if you're an expert in the field providing transformation, if you're an agency, fantastic tool to essentially build up your credentials and your authority on a very powerful platform. Now, I'm not going to talk about all the billions of hours of YouTube being uploaded every day. I think you know that if you're researching YouTube and trying to run some ads, you already know how much of a prominence it can have for a particular business. So I'm going to drink a water in between, losing my voice here today. Okay, so let's dig in. Before you do any of this, as I said, you need to have that set up. You also need to have your goals set up. We call those conversions over here. And we're not going to cover that here either today, although it's a key point. Google Analytics, setting up your conversion and your essentially conversion action goals here. Very important because we want to measure all this activity. Now, measuring is cool, but what's even cooler, you need to feed that data back to Google here so that the algorithm can really get you even more of that particular audience that you're looking for. That is the ICP, Ideal Client Profile. In fact, if you go in here and you have no clue who that is, you're stepping way ahead. You need to go back to basics. And we have an onboarding document that we use to get all of this compiled first and to do our research and our market evaluations, profit maximization evaluations, all of that. But for today, we're just going to simply go up. You can hit create here. We like to just simply go in and create a campaign and start off anew. Now, many options here, different types, right? We're not going to, your tendency might be to just hit sales here. We like to go without campaigns or goals guidance. The reason why is this gives us the most flexibility to customize and tune the program. If you're brand new, you may just go for a sales campaign here. But hey, let's do it our way this time, right? So now, once you do that, you can scroll down. You see there's more options. Like if you were running traditional Google search, you can choose that. Demand gen is a new thing coming in March 2025. So we're going to be talking more about that, where you can run it on Discover and Gmail, etc. But for now, we're just going to, we're going to hit video. Once we come down here, we want to drive conversions. Can skip all of this stuff again. Very quick video here today. I just want to get you a little good feeling about this. Remember how I talked about the goals here? These need to be established. Now, we're just going to use this basic submit lead forms. The reason why this is not valid here is because there's been no activity. This is a test account. This is our training account. So that's why you see that. Now, if you don't have a goal here, you can just skip forward because this is about the setup. So as you can see here, it's already trying to push me over to the demand gen campaign, which is starting in early 25. So March, give or take, they're going to roll this out over time. Google has never been known to switch on a particular day with announcements way ahead. It's sort of a rolled out situation. So I'm thinking March, April, May-ish timeline. But we're going to switch to the good old VAC here, which is the video action campaigns. You want to name your campaign clearly. So we can leave it as this, video conversions right now. This is today's date. We want to target United States. If you have a local business, you can drill this down into a particular area. So we're in Los Angeles. We could drill that down even further. For now, we're just going to leave it. Languages, keep it at English. No need to change this unless you have Spanish targeting. Then you can obviously change this. We're going for the defaults. As I said, very quick video here. Maximize conversions, target CPA. These are the two primary bid strategies, essentially, that you can use to optimize your campaigns and to get more sales and leads and all that good stuff. Right now, we start with maximize conversions, especially for new accounts. If you don't have any data, 50 to 100 plus conversions over a 30-day period is a must, right? You have to train the system here, essentially, to say these are the guys that we want, the guys and gals we want. These are the ICPs we want. Well, now, if you had a lead coming in at $10, $12, $15 a piece, you could switch it to target CPA, and maybe you set it to 20, you can inch it down. Maybe you get it to 10, maybe you get it to 8. If you get too low on this, though, it's going to stall, but that's a advanced tactic. So again, we won't go there either. So budget. Again, budget is an interesting thing, right? So we often will ask how much are you willing to pay for a lead? How much are you willing to pay for a customer or a client? This will come into that discussion as well. But if you're simply just, hey, I want to get some activity into the account, let's go hog wild here and set it to $30 a day. If I ran that for 5 days, $150, is that something that I can afford to test to validate some of the data points and some of the things that I put together here? Sure it is. That's up to you, right? So let's continue on. This is going to default to the checkboxes that you see here. There's some flexibility, or there was some flexibility here in the past. That's changing, and that has changed. So unfortunately, we don't necessarily like to see this, the Google Display Network here. But hey, Google is controlling this animal right now, so that's fine. Site link, don't need to worry about that for video ads. Here, what we like to do is we like to show on specific devices. So since it's a click-centric world here, we'll leave tablet on, but we'll actually be able to turn that off also later because the data will tell us if this is working. So here we are looking at a sort of a level of segmentation that's going to happen in your reporting and in your data. So we'll leave it at that for now. Operating systems, device models, networks, all fine. Frequency capping. This is where you can you can tell the system, don't show it to this person more than X times per day or in a period. You don't want to show it at max for a period. Don't worry about that either on a brand new account. Again, if it's all new stuff, there's nothing to tell Google. You basically want to capture all the data points and let Google tell you what it sees, and then you can modify it to tell Google what you actually want. Now, there's a basic setup formula here that I'm using. It's one that works for us. It's the one we like to use. There's a video enhancement here. Again, kind of trying to get the basics in that I can control. We don't really use this as much, especially for a new account. We like to also create the assets in the format and the sizes that Google wants here in this case. Now, Facebook has something similar as well. Again, we're not talking Facebook, but hey, you can see how these platforms are very similar, and they either copy each other or they get ideas from each other in this way. So here, add group name. And by the way, if I didn't say it, which I didn't, it's the campaign group or campaign level, the ad group, and then the actual ad. So it's a 1, 2, 3. And that's how it's structured. It's sort of a simple framework of container, contains a container, containers, right? So once you have this set up, you want to add an audience. And this gets into what I said, that onboarding document, the research, the ICP development, the ideal client profile development, an avatar, as you've heard before, of where you can now start to define that audience. Google here has some tremendous capabilities for targeting through keywords as one. You can use demographics here. You can use affinity targeting. You can use in-market targeting. There's many different ways in which you can attack and reach these audience members. But for now, again, we're just going through and setting up a basic account. Optimized targeting, we actually turn this off. It's on right now, but there's a place where you can turn that off. Because again, the system is going to take your data and start to leverage the amazing Google engine and try and figure out what's best for you. Not always best for you. They want their money, their board members, their sales teams and the executives. They want to see numbers growing. And if everybody was as smart as you are right now learning this, they wouldn't make as much money, right? So they're going to try and lead you and guide you and have your best interests at heart. But that is not always the case. So, and that's an example of this. We will actually play with this in a retargeting strategy, which is a different type of campaign structure. But for now, we're going to turn that off, but you don't have to turn it off here. I'll show you where it is later. So let's go ahead and figure out a YouTube video here. So we're just going to go over to the channel here and pick one. And let's see. All right. Actually, you know what? Let's pick the growth mistake here. So we don't need to play this,
what do you
but
think about the
I'm gonna
excitement
take
over
this.
AI and how that might dampen.
Pardon me, guys and gals. So we're just gonna go ahead and take the video and put that right in there. So you can see it's starting to build this out already. Now, one thing of interest here is there has been discussions about, should I use a different account, a YouTube account, a YouTube channel essentially, to run videos only so I don't mix up organic and paid media? You can do this, but you don't need to. Keep it in the same account for the basic setup for now. Reporting will actually break this out as well. So once you have this set up, you'll simply go ahead and enter your URL. No need to worry about this path 1, path 2. Grow your biz. Call to action is typically very simple. Learn more. And you can add more here. Again, if you are testing with a small budget, you're just out the gate and you're adding all these, you're diluting it. No go. Don't do that. Just leave it, because you're not in the place where you can start testing these things yet. You're basically getting things set up. So grow your biz fast. Now here you could add a few headlines. It's actually recommended, but I don't go too wild here either. Maybe 2. And this is a teaches you. By the way, there are some copyright laws here that come into play. These change as well. I like to just use YT ads. I don't want to have any problems. You can test with YouTube ads. It's probably okay, actually. But we try and think about, I mean, this is where you read the ad policies, right? What is allowable here and what's not. And definitely you can add a few more here as well. Description, the description of the video. And you see you have a lot more characters to play with here than the headlines, and certainly the call to action up here. Once this is the 100K growth video, and I say one here, but really this is where, again, you want to limit all the options out the gate. I can't repeat that enough. So if you think about one campaign, one ad group, one ad, one, great way to work the YouTube campaign system or the platform here. If you have another video that you want to test, let's say that it's a different age group. So maybe this is men and women, 30 to 60, men 30 to 60. You could do another campaign 111 that is men or females 30 to 60, right? Maybe this is male and female 40 to 60. You could do another campaign that is male and female 20 to 40, right? Like you can basically start segmenting and testing different campaigns with this 111 structure to really help you not only segment, to actually report and optimize for those particular campaigns. So yeah, this is what the ad looks like right here. So it's going to create campaign, and we're almost there. Okay, so it's confirming January 23rd, maximize conversion, exactly what we want. Video enhancements turned off, ad groups continue to overview. So now the campaign is basically going into review, as you can see here, policy review, brand new accounts. Yeah, maybe 1 to 2 days, but I've seen this come on as early as that afternoon, right? Like the same day. Pretty much. Then, of course, it's going to start building impressions, and we're going to start to see conversions depending on how this has been set up. United States, we're all good to go. So this is basically the first step to getting this set up. You can go back into the campaigns area, and each level, so campaign level, ad group level, ad level, have this little wheel that you can go to. And once you click it, it goes straight into the settings for that particular type, campaign type. And if you come in here, let's say you drill down to the ad group level. Again, I'm going fast, guys. You can rewind the video. Remember optimized targeting? Actually, this is the one that I wanted to talk about. Don't set this on at first. This comes later. You don't want to mess with optimized targeting. This is a brand new account. You want to go basic. Okay. Now we're going to get into the ads. It's pending under review. It's a responsive video ad. There's a number of columns and setups here that are just simply defaulted. But we're going to talk a lot more about these columns and how you can, customize these. I've set it up myself to a video set. You can go and create video views, segments, branding, conversions. Again, I'm trying to go fast intentionally here today, but I'm also trying to get you into the mood of thinking, there's a lot of moving parts here, but it's actually not that hard to set up a new video for YouTube ads. And that's exactly where I want you to be. Now, to summarize, what's the first thing? Gmail account, Google Ads account. Make sure that you enter your credit card, get that all set up. Go in, set up your goals, conversion actions. So this is where you would say, if you look at one of my recent Facebook videos, I talk about a landing page, which could be an opt-in page, to a thank you page. That's a conversion action. That's a lead conversion action. If it's let's say a checklist, well, that's where you would specify the goal, and you would set up tags inside the landing pages that you can apply that are simple scripts, or use Google Tag Manager to do it all there, which is what we prefer. So once you've set it up, you don't have to mess with it, right? But once you have the goals, you can actually do exactly what I did. Come in here to campaigns and start your first campaign setup. And so really that's kind of the quick and dirty here for part one in this video series about YouTube. And we've run some very large budgets here. We have scaled from $100 a day to $5,000 to $10,000 a day with YouTube ads. The scaling opportunity here, much simpler than Facebook, and it is huge, bigly. So if you think that there's not enough space for you to grow here, then think differently, because you can really grow and scale with YouTube ads. But everything is driven by KPIs, key performance indicators, and the metrics, because if you're running ads profitably, where you see a return on ad spend profitably as you go through the days and weeks and months, you can scale up pretty aggressively. So fantastic system here. YouTube is awesome. And it helps, of course, build your overall footprint in the marketplace. So for now, I think I'll close it out. And hey, if you like this, comments, please share it. I'd love to hear how you're doing and what you're doing with YouTube ads. So until next one, see you later. Jan out.